Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss a 60 Minutes report on the bourbon industry scheduled to air this evening on the show. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Jeff Andruzzi, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hello. Hey everyone.
Hey-oh, yeah, I had a scare this week. Got a email from Becca with 3 screenshots on there, and it was of her calendar. And she said, I can't podcast. You'll see how busy I am with promoting the brand. Because her and Royce are now, as they expand distribution, it pulls at you. You got to be out there and all that. So, but it said, I can't podcast. And I said, ever again? And she responded, no, just on these dates. I'm like, oh, good. All right. I was worried.
Words matter.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Go to commas.
I thought she was tendering her resignation because she's going to be too busy these days. So, yeah. Well,
Just like,
that was a scare.
Soft launching the resignation just to
to see how it goes.
See how it would fit.
How much of a fight you put up.
Yeah. I was going to have... Now, this sounds like the greatest day ever. I was going to have on May the 4th, because we got a guy who has R2-D2, Matt, who's now on the show a little bit, Matt Monica. And so he reached out and said, hey, you want R2 there? I was like, yeah, we got this. Darren and I came up with this cool thing. We're going to fly kites on the parking lot, because we're like the only business open on Sunday, so the parking lot's wide open. We're gonna do a kite day at the ABV Barrel Shop. And Matt was like, those power lines are right out there, and then you got the cars. What, you're gonna get distracted? He's like Mr. Security Safety for a hospital thing, and he just fucking totally buzzkilled the whole thing.
It'd be a fucking buzzkill, Monica.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah, he had no responsibility in that. I would have joined in and been like, yeah, fuck it. If this goes down, it's Akeley's fault. So, yeah, he probably saved me from getting arrested, I guess.
Well, I mean, I feel like that's one of the things you just do. And if the cops show up, you're like, oh, never know better. We'll stop. Like,
there's no signs that say you can't fly kites here.
There's no signs.
If there was a sign, I would have
it was
abided.
fun. We were just having a good day.
Yeah. So now I can't do, because now he'll be called as a witness, and he'll be like, well, I warned him. And yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now you know you can't do it.
People like Katie with them would put that in the record. For some reason, because I'm well known in Arnold, there would be a change of venue. I'd be in Katie's area.
Then you're really screwed.
She put the screws to me. Yeah.
Yes.
It'll be like, yes. Mr. Monaco, could you repeat that? He knew. I told him. The cars, the power lines.
Change of venue. Next year, you're like, oh, shit. It all comes out.
Yeah, so
that's good.
I dodged a bullet today. I guess he saved me. So I don't know. We're gonna come up. So it'll be lame. It'll be we'll be in the store. We can't go in the parking lot because we might get hurt or hurt someone.
You're gonna be basically resigned to going out and blowing bubbles. By the way, this is going here. It's about it that you can get away with.
Yeah. He's
let's just go blow bubbles. That's all we can do. And
that's a distraction.
Pissed off about that.
Somebody gets distracted.
Yeah. So talking about get distracted, as she walks away. She's small talk, by the way. And she just gets up and leaves. Yeah, this is hers. So, all right. McNew, those were just bonus statements there. Those are thrones for the audience. You said that there's something you want to talk about. What is that?
Yeah, so before we started the show, we were all kind of commiserating that we had
Shitty days. Yes.
But I wrote this earlier because I was having a shitty day. So when you're mad and frustrated, do you want it fixed or do you just want to bitch about it for a minute? Like, I just wanted to be a brat today. Like, nothing went the way I wanted. And I just wanted to be a fucking brat about it. I did not want anyone to fix this for me. So I was like, do you want your things fixed or do you just need a minute to, like, be pissed?
Yeah, I want the misery just to commiserate because I'm a miserable person, and then it just feels like this is what I'm talking about. This is how we're having like a really good time in terms sales wise. Things are going really well at the shop and all that, and then you got to get kicked in the ass. You got to have the landlord, not the landlord, but the company that runs it tell you got to buy 2 new commercial air conditioners, and they fix the hole in the roof, and it's still raining like a sieve in there every time it rains. And by the way, we're supposed to get a record rain over the weekend, which we won't get anything done. And then my dishwasher breaks. I'm like, God damn, owning a business has kicked my ass today. I'm done businessing today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Because at that point, even if magically they fixed the roof and the dishwasher and took care of all this, okay, yes, that'd be very nice. But you're like, I still experienced all of this frustration today, and I need to let this frustration out.
Right, exactly. I bitch about the things that go, and I can show people, like, look at that. See, this is my life. So yeah. So yeah, it's just self-fulfilling prophecy, maybe, but this is the kind of shit that happens to me. So yeah.
I don't know. It's
question.
Yeah, it's changed over the years for me. I mean, I used to get ticked and hang on to it, and perfect example, every frickin' Sunday when the Vikings would lose, it would like ruin my week.
Oh yeah.
It just dumb.
I used to be wrapped
stuff.
up in football like that. Yeah, it's
dumb stuff. And then you realize, God, what else are you hanging on to that doesn't need to? So I think, I still get frustrated and ticked off, and people can see it on my face or hear it in my voice, but usually I'll move on way quicker than I used to.
Right.
And I've tried to find some way to laugh about something, even when I'm ticked. Not always, but usually I can.
I'm having a hard time finding something to laugh about that fucking dishwasher breaking. I know that.
Yeah, I can't.
That's not going to be cheap. That's not going to be cheap.
And the right hand for this, your whole life. So you're fine now. Dishwashing's fine with the right hand. You've been preparing your whole life working that out, haven't you?
Sure.
Oh my god.
You know what? I think that's a perfect reason. You can do the math. You can show the math and tell her we can't buy bottled iced tea.
Can't have the iced tea.
Yeah, this is true. We're gonna have to cut back on the iced tea because we got a lot going on there. I know, and the offshoot of that is that it's a bad situation and it's a pain in the ass. But I'm telling you, when you're 57 years old, standing hunched over, cleaning dish after dish, and they never end. It's several hundred of those little wee glens. Your back gets going.
It's especially it's not like it's a plate. Like if it was that many dinner plates, okay, great.
You gotta use a little bottle scrubber.
But the tiny little mini Glens.
Yes.
That's a pain in the ass.
You got to get inside them. I scrub inside. I scrub around. It's a whole thing.
And you're way too classy a joint to switch to a little mini plastic cup. So
no, we wouldn't do that.
Can't do that.
Disposable.
I got to suffer through. Yeah.
Not your typical liquor store.
No.
So, okay.
No. And in between, I get to go dump buckets that are filled with water, by the way. So, in between. And Darren's doing some of the stuff, too, by the way. We're both doing it. I don't want to say, like, I'm doing everything. Darren's there, too. But go ahead, Katie. Sorry.
And Darren helped a little.
Oh, yeah. Darren helps a lot.
Okay. I feel like in, like, a relationship, like, you usually know, like, if your spouse is, like, wanting just to vent or if they're wanting solutions, at least you should know. I would hope. Right. Oh, gosh. You got problems if you don't know. Right. But when it's your friends, and if it's someone that's, like, you're not super close to and you don't know for sure, like, I can see some solutions here to something they're saying, but I don't know if they're wanting or they're not. Is it weird to ask someone, like, hey, are you just needing to vent or are you looking for solutions? Because I feel like if you go in with that and you're not super close to them, it could feel weird and then feel like too mechanical. But then I never know what to do. So I usually go with like the overly empathetic, even though I'm sitting there in my head, like thinking of solutions that could like fix a lot of this. And so I get stuck.
You get stuck.
I think it's smart to be like, hey, do you just want to complain or do you want me to tell you how I would... And whatever they say is fine. You got to support them either way. But I think it's smart to ask. So that way like you're not being like toxic positivity where you're like, oh, it's fine. The world is like sunshines and rainbows and they just want to be pissed. Like we let people be pissed sometimes.
Yeah, I think you just let him be pissed. Because I had Van Sluis was in there with his brothers. Great guys. I love when the Van Sluises come in. There's three of them, 3 brothers. And but I was over there emptying buckets and placing new buckets down when new places started and that. And they're like, oh, you just get a pump and you just pump it over. And I'm like, we don't really have. Like, just pump in a drain. Well, we don't have a drain. They're just like, well, you can put it in the toilet. Pump it in the toilet. I'm like,
oh, geez.
First of all, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I don't know how to use the pump. How does the pump work? And I don't know how to do any of that. And there's like 8 buckets at this point. I got to run all. I can't do any of that. I was just happy being able to bitch to someone about that I got problems, and I just wanted them to listen, not to try to solve the problems because no one can solve them. No.
Yeah, guys' way to manage things.
Sometimes the solution is another problem when you don't actually know how to do shit.
Right, I don't know how to do anything.
I have no idea how to fix things. I just want to that it needs fixed.
Wayne knows this because he's had to fix a bunch of stuff in my shop already. Wayne spends a lot of time working on things for me because I can't do shit. So.
Yeah. You can't even hang a picture on the wall.
Exactly. There's been many.
The artifacts and the things that you have displayed are hung by Akeley. You can tell because they're all crooked.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I want, though, right? I want chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm not comfortable in a nice, perfect place. Yeah. Okay.
Autograph your work with mediocrity.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Katie brought in the spousal thing. Let's call it like it is, ladies. It's a professional sport with your spouse or significant other to just start throwing stuff out there, and you know that you want solutions, but you don't want to hear them anyway. So if we do say that, hey, by the way, do you just want to vent, or are you looking to talk through some things? No matter what we say, we're always going to be wrong.
Well,
so you just really want to vent.
But sometimes I think when I had a spouse, it shouldn't have got to problem anyways. Like it should have been or it was a problem. And then I wouldn't have been mad. A lot of things were preventable.
This is also true.
I think so. The other difference, I think, is if you make suggestions on things that could fix it, when it's something that you could have just done for them, then it's bad. So John's style is he won't say anything, and if it's something that he can just do, then he just does it, and then it's just magically fixed without saying anything. So there's one key right there. Don't say, well, you should, if it's something that it just looks like you're explaining to them how they're a failure. So the approach is very important here.
So guys, it feels weird. We're getting ganged up on. There's 3 of us and 2 of them, but we're somehow still losing.
Oh yeah, this is how it works.
There's 3 men that have been trained to be submissives now. So let's start it there too.
No, that's not it at all. It's just like if you see a problem, fix it. Like when you're at work, you're like, oh, that's going to be a problem. Let me handle it first, so it's not a problem. Why can't you do that at home?
Yeah.
It's the same.
I got a perfect example of a man problem, and I fixed this for Jim Fosnot back in the day. We had you can buy like a little bucket of Sharpies, and they sit in the bucket like this. And I'm showing these guys the pen with the cap side up. They sit in that bucket like that, and Jim says to me, we got a problem with the Sharpies. I guess the ink runs down because the cap's at the top and the ink runs down to the bottom. And I grab I take a fist, wrap it around the whole thing, pick them up out of there, spin it over, and put it to where the cap side is then down in the thing. I said, problem solved. Because then the ink will run down. He's saying the ink was running down. Oh, I was mad. I was like, this is what it feels like to deal with a man. I mean, this is
you
this
guys
is why the ladies get so frustrated. This is the kind of bullshit you're dealing with. I get it now.
Yeah,
a business partnership is a partnership. We're working together. And I was like, oh shit, this is the kind. He can't figure out how to fix that. That's a problem to him, and he can't figure out how to fix that because the pens are all facing upward.
They
need
all
to be facing downward, but he didn't know how to fix it.
Or were they different colors?
No, it was all the same color. He claimed.
Okay, yeah,
and
that's
I didn't
real bad.
experience this at all. He claimed that because they're up, that the ink is running to the bottom, and then when you go to write, that it's
all dried out.
You got to wait till it. Yeah,
I mean, maybe if you let it sit around for like a year.
I don't know.
Sharpies.
I know,
My
you
problem is I bought the whole bucket, so they might have been sitting around a year. You know, I'm a guy who I get aggravated about things. Like he bought, when he was buying our office supplies, he bought one stapler. But we have 3 stations where you need a stapler. He was just like, well, you just walk to when you need those stapler, you walk to.
No.
No, fuck no. A stapler's like a $15 item. I can fix this whole thing for $30. I'm not ever walking to fucking another place again. We had one scissors. We had one scissors. We got like 3 workstations. One scissor. I'm like, no, they have a scissors at every one. Those are 99 cents each.
That's an entire efficiency model as well, though, that within your work, you're supposed to be able to reach, even like if you look at the back of a bar, that what bartenders need to be able to reach, like within
arm's length away.
Step.
It's all got to be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm with you on
Steve
that
went
one,
out
Steve.
and bought a couple extras. They're in the storeroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
In case one breaks, yeah, why not?
You brought up a point about work and something like that. Sometimes if you know you can fix it, just go fix it. But what if I just want to watch it burn?
Well, I
there about that
don't
too.
do that at home, but at work, I mean, fuck it. But at home,
Sometimes where it's like, you know what? I told you the stove is hot. It's like raising kids. I told you the stove is hot. It's hot. Is you really going to do it? I go back to a story of my middle child. He was a young kid. He always thought the cat turds in the litter box were Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, God.
Your human child thought this?
This is not going to end well.
No. So what do you think? He's probably like 2.5. You know, I got my arms full of all the shit you got to carry from the daycare. He runs into the garage door or access to the house, and I see him bending over right towards the freaking litter box. I see him pull out a cat turd. I'm looking at him. I'm like, Ben, that's a cat turd. No, it's a Tootsie Roll. I let him eat it.
Ah,
What?
damn.
Never do that again.
you gotta learn the hard way sometimes, you know?
Sometimes you gotta let it burn.
You gotta learn the hard and gross way sometimes.
What if he liked it? That would have been a real problem.
No,
It's not
That's
so
a
bad.
different problem.
Like Bill Murray in Caddyshack. It ain't so bad.
years. Felt general on this one. When I told her, she hit me and said, "How dare you let him do it?" But then I reminded him, I'll just look at him and say cat turd, and you see his shape up real quick. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing something really stupid." So you learn.
It's a life lesson.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Bingo. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Mr. Andrizzi. What do you got there?
Well, with that story, I'm going to break out a bottle of Mammoth Northern Rye Hazmat.
Whoa.
But it's called their Nerds and Turds bottle.
Nerd and
Oh,
Nerds and Turds bottle.
What are the chances?
What are the chances?
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So he's got the lead. I'll go next. I've been saying I need to save this bottle for friends and share this because it's such good whiskey. I think it's my last bottle of the pre-prohibition rye from Old Monroe, but I'm going to have another drink out. There's not much going on. I can have one more drink and still generously share with friends.
Whittling it down.
Let's see what we got here. No, it was nice, pleasant, a little squeaky, but pleasant. But not as good as Jeff's. Jeff's has the lead, but don't worry, McNew's on deck here.
So I have a bottle my friend Michelle got me as a little housewarming present, and it's Edwin Coe's High Rye Bourbon, and they're out of northern Indiana, I think.
Okay, nothing.
Silence.
Wow, really?
There was I heard a tiny pop. It sounded like your microphone cut out, so there's definitely a microphone settings issue.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that, so it'll just. I'll know it was good.
Do you want solutions, McNew, or you just want to vent about it?
I just
All right, Katie.
Okay, and I'm probably about to have dogs barking, so I'm going to do this quickly. I have Field of Dreams from Mishawaka, Indiana. A friend brought me. Oh, nothing.
No, it was okay. It was okay.
Not it was great. Disappointing for my usual show.
Jeff has the lead, but Swyatt, who is a strong competitor.
Yes, I'm going to be a real strong competitor. I've got a nice little mason jar of some stuff from a friend over at Green Frog Distillery in Keokuk, Iowa.
Okay.
So I am twist topping this one and enjoying this unique bottle of 5-year corn liquor.
Is that like in the Four Corners there at Keokuk? I don't know where that is.
No, it's just north of Quincy.
Quincy. That's where I know it from. From my time in Quincy. I spent a week in Quincy one time trying to get some business. It didn't work out too well.
Spent a week in Quincy one day.
Yeah. Cheers, gang.
Cheers, everyone.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, We're going to talk about the bourbon industry being featured on 60 Minutes. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about the bourbon industry with a feature on 60 Minutes.
Yes, we are. So the segment itself is about barrels, bourbon barrels. But within that, they spent some time at Bardstown Bourbon Company interviewing some of the people that we know from that great organization. I can't wait to see how this turns out. I, of course, am into the bourbon industry, and I'll be interested to hear what they say. It sounds like, I don't know that this was spurned by the tariff stuff that's going on, which is good. I mean, we've certainly heard enough about that. I think that, this took some time to do, and it was about the cooperage, so that may come to play now, but I think it's been in the works for a while. So yeah,
Usually,
yeah. So it's not typically something they do unless it's just needed. So I can't wait to see it. I'm pretty excited about this, actually. So
Agreed.
what's that noise?
And Dreezy's doing the 60-minute clock tick.
Yeah, that was the clock tick.
Oh, that was the clock. I thought it was
Well,
Oh my
I
god.
thought it was Steve working on his dishwashing hands.
yeah. I was like, what the hell? What the hell? Okay. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited about this?
I am. I think, and even I had my mom send me the link to the article. And so it's, well, we could start taking bets of how many of like non-bourbon friends see this on 60 Minutes and then send it.
Yeah, this is true.
all right.
So,
That already happened. A girl I went to high school with, I don't talk to her very often, like maybe every 6 months. She sends me a message and she's like, this is the most old lady thing ever, but I love 60 Minutes and there's going to be a bourbon thing. So I just thought of you. And I was like, oh shit, I'm going to record that like an old lady. So it's already been sent.
Okay.
Good for you. Nice.
I love that the industry's getting their attention and people talking about it, socializing it more. I hate of the consequences of why it's more considered a hot topic right now more than anything. It should be standing on its own of American industry, this, that, and the other. A lot of noise around the whole topic and everything is frustrating.
It is.
There'll be a lot of hot takes, I'm sure, being made on a lot of things, and people who know how to predict the future, whatever it may be. Sit back and enjoy your whiskey. We make damn good product around here. Know about your players and your small shops and your mid shops and everything like that. Just be educated more on the spirit.
Yeah.
So what were I can't remember offhand. I know they were Bardstown and they were going to talk, visit Independent Stave. Was there a third?
Yep.
I thought there was a third.
Midwest Barrel Company.
Yeah, I thought there was another cooperage, a smaller one. Obviously, Independent Stave's huge. I saw Brad Boswell being talked to, so so he's the Independent Stave guy. But it's cool. I mean, it's good, and it comes at a good time for bourbon. It could use a little boost. So
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't watched 60 Minutes in literally years. I mean, decades probably, not on a regular basis. But
right.
When I was a kid, football get done, and Dad and I we'd be watching 60 Minutes on Sunday.
Yeah, the same thing. I used to watch it too with the parents regularly. So yeah, and it always had like Andy Rooney at the end. So
correct. It's right.
So, do we think they're going to acknowledge, like the Independent Stave is Missouri? So do we think they will acknowledge any other state during the entirety of this programming, or will it be nothing but Kentucky?
probably Kentucky.
Like the Marsha.
Independent Stave, Midwest Barrel Company, but Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would assume it's all Kentucky focused.
When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, Missouri might get a shout out. And I read like the intro blurb about it. I'm like, no, probably not.
Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Midwest Barrel Company is in Lincoln, Nebraska. That's their headquarters is at.
Yeah. So that's
So you got
another
Nebraska and Missouri
non-Kentucky.
represented in addition to Bardstown.
But do they have a cooperage in Kentucky though?
That's good. They may. That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean that's like they can do all that stuff in Kentucky too, so they might not even acknowledge Independent Stave. They could say like Missouri based, but that could be like the end of it because they.
I think Midwest Barrel Company. I think there's a Louisville location, but it looks like headquarters is Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah,
sure.
The same thing with ISC, right? They've got Lebanon, Kentucky. They were that spot there.
Yeah, that's
home in Missouri.
Yeah, we always say in the store, they're obviously headquartered in Lebanon, Missouri. They have a cooperage in Lebanon, Kentucky, and Lebanon, Illinois is just at the edge of their seat, hoping something big happens soon. They're very excited. They're like,
they're waiting.
If Independent Stave calls, give me that call. Clear my calendar. Yeah.
Vandalay Industries.
So there you go. 60 Minutes. The good news is if you don't watch it, they break down the segments online and stuff like that. So you'll be able to watch it on like YouTube, just to do the one segment if you want. So if you can't catch the whole show, that's a good way to check it out. YouTube, my favorite TV channel.
I don't know if it's because I can't pay attention to anything, but I actually prefer just watching clips of shows. Like I don't need the whole hour or whatever.
Okay.
This surprises me zero.
Right.
No,
exactly. With your
I'm
attention
not surprised at all.
Sounds perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
Right. I need 5 minutes. I got the overview. That's all I needed.
Advertisement for the Bourbon Sasquatch channel.
Yeah, you got to watch that.
I'm sure Wes Harden will have a hot take real quick. So just follow the Crew Club comments. He'll have a hot take on this.
Definitely old manish too. He's definitely his takes are always old manish. So angry about everything. So I found a new favorite channel on. I was watching Sarasota Tim I finally got tired of Sarasota Tim. I haven't watched that in a while. I've been watching Scote Outdoors, SKOTE Outdoors. Definitely check that one out. And he's had a channel for. I don't know, a couple of years, and he had a whole thing where he built like a log cabin, and he's done other stuff. Just watch the new one; it comes out every Sunday, and he bought this like old dilapidated house on like an island in he's a Canadian somewhere up in Newfoundland, Canada or some shit, on an island, St. Joseph Island I think is the name of it, but it's cool. It's worth seeing. So check that out. Scote Outdoors, and just watch like there's like 6 episodes out now. Just you don't have to watch all the pre-stuff, all the log cabin, all that. Forget all that. Just start when you see that house that he's got. I'm colorblind, but I think it's bluish, maybe.
And where do you watch this?
YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
New episodes drop every Sunday, and it's good. And he's got a girlfriend too. She's okay. She's good. She's good. She's American too. So he found they had some kind of farm thing or some shit. So Well, that's cool. But the ability to fix anything with hardly any resources, because he's just on this island. There's there's a couple other houses on there and stuff, but it's not like it's an island that's deeply inhabited or anything. So everything he's got to bring in by boat, and that is just cool to watch. I don't know why a guy who can't fix anything wants a show where a guy can fix anything. It's just fascinating, though.
I was going to say, do you think he has any tips on fixing a commercial dishwasher?
Yeah, that would be good.
One of my problems is I watch shows like that, and I'm convinced I could also do it.
Yes.
Right.
And so, like, if you set me down in front of HGTV for 3 hours, I'm like, great. All right. I'm building the basement on my own. No problem.
Right.
Don't need to look at anything else.
Yep.
I got this.
Yeah.
Chocolate fallout's probably fine. Hey, there's
Channel.
probably a YouTube on how to fix dishwashers. You can watch it. Figure it out.
There probably is.
Great.
Probably
There is a
is.
YouTube for everything
Probably
on
is.
that.
Probably is. This guy, though, this shows you what he's up against. I mean, so he, of course, needs to get some lumber to build some stuff. And it's like, you can't really get lumber. I mean, it's hard. So what he does, he gets a buddy, and the two of them go out on this boat. That's not a really big boat or anything. And they fell a bunch of trees, and then they take them in, and then he's got one of those big saw things, whatever those are called. I'm not handy. What's that?
Big saw.
Oh, it's not. I forget what they call it. There's an official name, like the lumber to cut lumber. But anyway, he basically cut his own lumber. So yeah. And then take all that, and then he has to. And then you got to carry it everywhere. So you carry it to the dock, and then you carry it to the mill. I guess would be the lumber mill that this guy has, and then you got to carry it back to the boat. Then he gets to his island, which is like an hour away, and then you got to carry it all the way from there to his house. It's just incredible. I mean, I couldn't do any of it.
If you think about how many times he had to touch that same piece,
Right.
that's going to go into one piece of the building.
Right. Yeah.
So what's this dude's body look like? Because I feel like you have to be real
Right?
strong.
Oh yeah, he's in shape. He's in shape. Yeah. The ladies like him, and the guys like the girlfriend for sure. So it's yeah.
Yeah, it works both ways.
He's just a normal guy though. He seems to be
Really like that.
very cool, like just a dude's dude type of guy. So yeah. Yeah, so that's good. He got in some trouble in his last project where he built that log cabin. He was going to do a gold thing in like the Yukon or something like that, and ended up being on government property, and they came after him. He built this whole cabin. It was an awesome cabin. It was unbelievable. And then he had to torch the whole thing down, and then reforced it. So yeah, so that basically started him all over. But this new thing is his channel's blown up. He had like 10,000 people. Subscribers when I started watching. It's probably got I don't know how many now, 250,000. I mean, and that's just been in 4 or 5 weeks. So
I'll monetize a few things.
Yeah.
Pay for the lumber.
yeah.
I can't even imagine a mistake on that level.
I know.
Building on property that's not yours.
Yeah, a house. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I can, because I had clients that we would have to do adverse possession cases because they would realize later that they'd built their house like on a property line.
Mm-hmm.
But it was always like at least long enough later that they could remedy it through some kind of law. But to have it like you just finished this and then someone comes by and they're like,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was out, and he comes back in. They got documents taped to his window. He's like, "What is this? Fuck! Can you imagine reading that? Like how you got to take your house down?" Yeah, so it's cool. McNew's watching show number 1. We'll just finish off the stuff she's into episode number 1.
She's already
I
in it.
was looking him up. I was like, oh my
Scode Outdoors, SKOT. Check it out, gang. It's good stuff. It's great TV.
Got
It's
5-minute clips. McNew's in.
It's better than any network production show. I'll say that. To me, it is better than anything that's on regular TV. And this guy just does it himself, which I'm sure he's killing it at this point based on the numbers that he's getting. I mean,
Right.
yeah, so which is cool. Good for him. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Jeff, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo. Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Katie.
You can find me being interrupted by my dogs, and then also over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Tim.
You can find me on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at our flagship whiskey.
McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV and checking out this dude's YouTube.
Heck yeah. Yeah. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check that out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. You never know what we got coming in. Recently, we got 4 barrels of Dark Arts in, and they're going quick. People are loving it. We've got a lot of new customers because of that, which is very cool. So you get stuff like that. You never know what's happening. We're the only ones in Missouri that are carrying dark arts at this point. That'll change at some point down the road, but for right now, it's just us, which is pretty cool. So we are available online, abvbarrelshop.com. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm on YouTube. I'm not quite as exciting as Scout Outdoors, but I'd like to get to be just half the number of subscribers as he's got. And I am Bourbon Sasquatch on there, so check it out. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Hope you are. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.